Every local business owner knows this exact feeling, right? You're operating in what feels like a digital minefield. You desperately want to rank at the top. You want to capture those high-intent customers the literal second they search for your service. But you also know that one wrong move, I mean literally one keyword too many on your profile, and boom, your listing is suspended. You completely vanish from the map. It's terrifying. So how do you actually dominate local search without getting banned by Google? Well, welcome to our latest explainer. Today, we're decoding a literal master plan. What we're looking at here is an internal strategy playbook for an NYC limousine company. But honestly, make no mistake, the tactics hidden inside this document, they're basically a masterclass in local SEO heist planning. And the crazy thing is, these strategies apply to practically any local business trying to win the digital turf war in a highly competitive market. Okay, let's dive into this blueprint. First, we'll cover the Google penalty trap, then the dual track solution. Third, geo modifiers for immediate trust. Fourth, optimizing for AI search. And finally, number 5, the technical execution playbook. All right, section 1, the Google penalty trap. Let's look at the primary existential threat out there right now. Look at this direct, severe warning straight from our source document. It says, Google strictly penalizes keyword-stuffed GBP names. Now, GBP, as you probably know, stands for Google Business Profile. Back in the Wild West days of SEO, businesses would just game the system, right? They'd slap unverified modifiers onto their name, like adding best airport car service right onto the end of their actual business title. Well, you absolutely cannot do that anymore. If you stuff keywords where they don't legally belong, the algorithm is going to catch you, and you'll be banished to page 10 of Google. And let's be real, page 10 is essentially a digital graveyard. So, how do you win if you're flat out forbidden from using the best keywords on your main profile? That brings us to section 2, the dual track solution. This is the clever loophole designed to bypass that strict security system entirely. This right here is the foundational concept of the entire strategy, and it brilliantly illustrates how top-tier local SEO operations actually think. The dual track means you aggressively use legally sound, keyword-integrated brand names for your LLC, your DBA, your website domain, and your entity schema. But, and this is the absolute crucial point, you keep your primary Google Business Profile listing completely pristine and strictly category-driven. It's essentially the digital equivalent of a business mullet, right? Strictly professional on your front-facing Google profile, but a keyword-rich party in your legal backend. It's literally the perfect balancing act. As you'll see here in this NYC limousine naming strategy document, it outlines this exact dual-track philosophy. It grounds the whole shebang in real, tactical data, proving that to safely build that auxiliary organic search authority, you actually have to engineer your branding from the ground up to naturally integrate geographic and service keywords. Moving on to section 3, geo-modifiers, for immediate trust. Let's look at the first specific weapon in our newly legal branding arsenal. The playbook breaks things down into categories. Category 1, names. These are high-intent geo-modifier combinations. They're built specifically for domain authority, local organic rankings, and immediate user trust. The why behind these names is absolutely critical. They're meticulously engineered to capture borough-specific luxury intent. So they're designed to immediately signal to a high-intent traveler, hey, you found exactly what you're looking for in exactly the right location. Let's look at some examples. Manhattan Elite Car and Limo. That perfectly captures that borough-specific luxury intent. Or take a look at Gotham Executive Black Car. I love this one because it's brilliant. It blends this iconic atmospheric local branding with really sharp corporate positioning. You can clearly see how every single word in these names is a calculated asset. Next up, section 4, optimizing for AI search. Because this playbook definitely doesn't stop at traditional Google search, it looks ahead. And that brings us to category 2 in the master plan, modern AI search and entity-optimized names. These names are engineered specifically for large language models and generative discovery engines. Think Google AI overviews. You really have to remember, this category is designed not just for human eyes, but for machine readers and AI parsers. You're naming your business so a generative AI algorithm understands exactly what your entity is and exactly how to categorize it. So what does that actually look like in practice? Notice the strategic use of specific words here. The word group in NYC Chauffeur and Limousine Group provides this crystal clear semantic entity definition for AI parsers, or adding the word fleet signals enterprise-grade operations to those machine readers. These names are literally speaking the native language of artificial intelligence.
Now, the playbook also briefly outlines a third, highly specialized weapon, Category 3. These are niche and airport-centric keywords. They are laser-focused, designed specifically for high-margin airport transfers and specialized transit needs around major hubs, so your JFKs, your LGAs, and EWRs.
These names brilliantly combine that atmospheric branding we talked about with pure, unadulterated utility. Manhattan Gateway Car Service focuses directly on those high-margin entry points right into the city core, while a name like NYC Airport Limo and Chauffeur just provides immediate, unmistakable clarity for flight-related transport. There is no guessing what they do. Finally, Section 5, the Technical Execution Playbook. So, you've got the optimal names for humans and AI. How do you actually pull off this dual-track heist? Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that this is the exact mechanical blueprint straight from our source document. To execute this strategy for maximum visibility, while obviously avoiding a suspension, it's all about reinforcing your keyword presence silently and effectively in the background. There are 3 crucial steps to this precision execution. 1. Granular schema markup. You must deploy local business JSON LD that explicitly defines your area served across locations like Manhattan and JFK. 2. Localized service landing pages. Build dedicated URI paths, like, /JFK Airport Car Service, and optimize them with natural language. 3. Precision categories. Anchor your Google business profile strictly on approved categories like limousine service. In short, you leave the primary profile totally pristine and you let your back-end architecture do all the heavy lifting in the shadows. It really is a brilliant, highly structured masterclass in modern local SEO survival. Which leaves us with one final provocative thought to take away from this explainer today. Look at your own business strategy and your digital footprint. Is your business name built only for humans, or is it actually ready for the AI parsers?